Oh, goodness. That tent is a lot harder to put up than my other one. Jeez. I wanted to give it a little dry run before we get into the winter because it's a hot tent. But, I figured if I'm gonna put it up, I might as well come out and use it. So here we are. Oh, you're so patient. Oh, you are so good. Yeah, it's all up. We are losing daylight incredibly fast. Probably got around 30 minutes before it's dark. Oh, I've got so much to do. I've got a big dinner plan this time. There's rain on the forecast, so really I need to get a tarp up too. Gonna be working into the night again. Hey? Yes, we're gonna work into the night. So, you know how I'm always saying, sacrifices have got to be made, guys. You know, if I'm taking this, I gotta leave that. Not today. Today, I bought absolutely everything I want. I suffered for it. I'm pretty excited. All the suffering's done now. I've just got to finish setting up camp, and I've got to get dinner on pretty quickly. Dinner's gonna take a long time to cook today. Oh, you're so patient. Yes, you're a good girl. You are a good girl, yes. Suki's being an angel as always. Well, as most of the time. I'm trying to think what I've got to prioritise. Food's going to take hours to cook, so I should probably get the food on. There's also rain on the forecast, so I should get the tarp up. I'm a tad concerned because I'm using a new camera today. Hopefully it looks better. It's my first step into like proper videography, so I've got a lot to learn, and sadly today's probably going to be part of that learning curve, and there probably are going to be mistakes. The best way to learn is just get out there and do it, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I bought 5 batteries. They were advertised as 100 minutes of filming per battery. I normally get between 5.5, 6 hours of footage on my camps, but I've recorded about 40 minutes of footage and the battery's almost dead already, so it doesn't bode well. Alright, save battery. I think I'm going to turn the camera off, I'm going to get the tarp set up, and then I'll get back to you when I'm sat down and getting ready to cook and stuff. It's a beautiful night out here, it's warm and toasty, but it's meant to get quite cold tonight, and it's also due to rain for the majority of the night and into the morning. I definitely don't want to get caught short without the tarp, that's for sure. Especially while I'm cooking my dinner. Oh, there we go. Shan't be a problem if it rains now. Alright, let's get this fire going. Oh, I'm so excited for dinner, guys. I haven't eaten since about 1 o'clock. It's now 9 o'clock, just gone. Fair to say, I am starving. Oh, I'm gonna get Suki a little place together actually. Last time we were here, she got super mucky. I want to try and keep her a little bit cleaner if I can. I'm just gonna put a tarp down here, and then today I bought her a little bed too. Told you guys, I bought everything I wanted today. I picked this bed up really cheap from, I can't remember, I think it was the Range or something. It's actually filled with down. Yeah, you know what this is, don't you? Watch out. Let's get this sorted. Fix this. Move out of the way. Okay, let's move it. There you go. What do you think? Cozy? Whoa! The trusty old fire pit. Instead of like explaining where all my gear comes from, guys, I'm going to try and just post links in the description, or at least the name. I just feel silly really repeating myself every single video, when if you've been here before you probably know we're really going to be putting this fire pit to the test today. Oh, it's got a hole in it. She's getting old, guys. Right, we need this fire to burn for a long time tonight. I've got a nice big bag of coals. I've got loads of fire lighters, and I brought a few logs and some kindling. Okay guys, I said I had something special planned. Today we're making beef stew! Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I haven't made a beef stew in years. At least a year. Years might be exaggerating, but at least a year. I've been planning this for like 3 days, guys. I went to the butcher's, got this beautiful shin of beef. Look at that. Absolutely magnificent. Oh guys, you won't believe what I remember today. You see this? Oil! I finally remembered to bring oil. I got some red wine, some salt, and a seasoning mix, which I'll show you in a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna dice this up, and we're gonna chuck it straight into the pot, and chuck the pot straight onto the fire. Now, ideally I'd have a better knife than this, but I'm gonna have to make do. Let's get rid of this paper. This is actually beeswax wrapping. Somebody gifted it to me about 4 years ago and I finally got to use it. I'm sure they'll be chuffed. The shin of beef's a strange piece of meat. It's very tough. It's got a lot of fat and it's a bit gristly and weird, but what was once considered a peasant's meal is now back in fashion again, and for good reason. This stuff, when you slow cook it for 3 or 4 hours, turns into absolutely mouth-wateringly tender bits of meat. This doesn't need to be perfect. This is all going to cook down over the course of a few hours. Just need to slice it up a little bit and it'll just disintegrate and do the rest of the work for me. So when you're making a stew, a good thing to note is generally the smaller you cut the ingredients, the faster the stew is going to be ready. Especially when it comes to things like potatoes. If you put potatoes in, your meat, your carrots, all of that stuff. If you cut it nice and small, it increases the surface area and it will cook much, much faster. So yeah, we are going to cut these quite small. So we're simply going to chuck this in here. Chuck some oil in there. I don't know why I'm squirting this quite a bit. Now you don't want to brown your meat too much. Shin of beef's a bit of a strange meat. If you brown it too much on the fire, you'll find it doesn't disintegrate as well when you slow cook it. So we're just going to chuck a little bit of oil in there. Chuck the lid on. Let's get it on fire. Alright, you have to make a bit of room. I've never put this much weight on this this little fire stand. I think we're just going to leave the lid off for now because it's going to become a bit hard to handle. And let's go prepare some more of the ingredients. That's sizzling away nicely. Okay, we're on a bit of a time limit now, so let's work nice and quick. So I've got a red and a white onion. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get them both in. I'm an absolute onion lover, but it's quite a small pot. We have quite a lot of ingredients, so let's give it a go. We'll give it a go. Thing is, I want one onion kind of just like quartered and chucked in, and I want one onion sliced a little bit thinner. Plus, red and white onions are so different. Like chucking them both in a dish, just a bit of a game changer if you ask me. Let's just okay, let's just quarter this one. Oh, let's cut it into 6 actually. It's quite a big onion. And this one we're going to cut, I want to say fairly small, but you know, I'm using a bit of a large survival knife here, so. we need something to put all these ingredients in, so we're just going to chuck them on this lid for now. It's not ideal. It's going to have to do. Garlic, guys. Cannot be doing without garlic. This knife is so blunt. It's actually kind of dangerous cooking with a blunt knife. You're more likely to chop your finger off. I'm not going to cut the garlics too much. I'm just going to give them a few chops. Get them a little bit smaller. That'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to go chuck all these ingredients in because I can hear the meat sizzling. So we're going to chuck it in, get some water in there. Like I said, you don't want to brown them off too much. Let's get all that in there. Give that a little mix. Be super careful. If this falls, I've got no food. We're going to get some liquid in there. Right, so first we're going to chuck our wine in. It's not really necessary, but I've let that cook off for a minute. Now we're going to chuck some water in. I'm not going to go too over the top of the water right now because we've got other ingredients to go in. Let's get that lid on. Perfect. Okay, let's get our last couple of ingredients in and then we'll chuck all our seasonings in. And then we're good. So just got carrot, skin on, nothing special. Carrots are the most likely vegetable to get your finger cut off with, do you know that? A chef told me that, he said most people that cut their finger off, they do it cutting carrots. Especially with a blunt knife. I hear rowdy people shouting. So does Suki. Hopefully they leave us alone. Okay, some courgette. Definitely don't think I'm going to have space for a whole courgette, so I'm just going to do about half of it. We don't really have space to mess around, so I'm going to go chuck this in too. We are running out of space. Okay, last but certainly not least, potatoes. Now I recommend if you're making a stew, get yourself some of these little baby potatoes. These are Anna potatoes, whatever that's supposed to mean. But if you get small little potatoes like this, much less cutting. Just leave the skin on. Again, you don't want to leave them too large or they're just going to take ages to cook. Nice little bite-sized chunks. Our hope is that these will mainly disintegrate anyway when you're cooking them down. It's good to cut some like larger and some smaller, and then the smaller ones will disintegrate and the larger ones will stay together a little bit more. Okay, that should be plenty. I doubt I'll even fit more than that in, to be honest. It's been cooking for like 15 minutes and it already smells so good. Alright, we are definitely at capacity there. Okay, let's get our seasonings in. You don't really want to go too crazy with seasonings when you're cooking a beef stew. Nice and simple. All the flavours in there, you know. Just get some salt in. Always go easy on the salt because you can put more in, you can't take it out. Now for the seasonings I've also got some bay leaves, just a few bay leaves, and this is mainly a mixture of garlic powder, a tiny little bit of Spanish smoked paprika, a couple of gravy granules. I just spill it everywhere. Yeah, some pepper, just really basic stuff. It's just gonna add to the dish. I don't like to go crazy with thyme, coriander, all that rubbish when you're making a stew. Just nice and simple. I've also got some soy sauce, just a little splash in there. It was left over in the fridge and not to get used, so I thought, why not? Just a little English stock cube, nothing special. Check that there. And we're just going to top it off with some water. It's a little bit lopsided, so we can't go too crazy with the water. There she is, folks. Now it's just a waiting game. So I bought myself a little toy today. Like I said, I bought everything I wanted. There is not a single thing I wanted that I didn't bring today. Look at this. Now you see nothing. Now you see everything. Look at this. I don't know why the woods look so much spookier when you can see more. When you can't see much, it's not really that creepy. Something very beautiful about it though. Suki's being really weird. It's kind of put me on edge. She doesn't normally behave like this. Like I just said her name, she didn't even come over. She's just like on the lookout. Like she's just stood there guarding. Don't normally get a bad feeling while camping, but yeah, I do have a little bit of one today. I think maybe I'm a bit on edge because the alarm went off last time and I had people turn up. Not really sure, but we're gonna power on through. We ain't quitting. We ain't quitting unless things get really hairy. Anyway, I'm gonna get the bed set up, and so this is the Light Outdoors Plateau. It's called. I got it from a Canadian company, really great company. And like I said earlier, it's a hot tent, but you can also buy this nest with it. It comes separately, and you wouldn't use this in conjunction with the stove. This is for just a separate function altogether. Suki's being really odd. She's really on high alert. Anyway, yeah, so because this is a backpacking tent, the nest is designed to be as light as possible. Although it's a little bit bulky, it weighs nothing. Probably less than a kilo, probably less than half a kilo. And the problem with that is Suki and Buddy's claws could just go straight through it. So I've come up with a little bit of an action plan. For our family tent, we've got a big Berghaus. It's called the Berghaus Adhara 500. I'm sure you guys will see that at some point, but Suki's being so weird. But I paid a little bit extra for a carpet. At the time I thought I was kind of wasting money, but it really wasn't much extra. I wanted the footprint anyway, and with the footprint it was like an extra 70 quid. So I just went for it, I bought it, and now things come in very handy. Because I'm going to use this to line the bottom of the tent, and then hopefully Suki's claws won't pierce it. Let's give it a go. There we go. Hopefully that'll be good. That's the spot. Oh. I was kind of sliding a little bit on that side, so just rotated. You always want to sleep on something level, or as level as you can get it. If you're sleeping on lopsided ground, oh, you're going to have a bad night. You'll keep slipping and falling off your bed constantly. It's not fun. I'm such a bad dog dad. I just realised I haven't given Suki water the whole 2 hours we've been here. Which isn't major, but it's not good. Dogs should always have access to water, especially when they're out and about, walking about and stuff. And it's also time for our dinner, so let's get her sorted, eh? So I bought this this really cool little dog bowl. The idea is eventually I'm gonna get Suki a doggy backpack, and I'm gonna be able to strap all of her stuff to her, like her food and her water and her bowl. So yeah, it's got a little carabiner on it that I can attach to her. And then you open it up. It's just 2 collapsible bowls, one for water, one for food. How nifty is that? It costs like £4 from Mountain Warehouse. I'm in love with it. So for Suki's dinner tonight, we have, this light is terrible, we have Lily's venison and wild boar. I think she's going to like this one. Should we turn this around so you don't spill your water everywhere? Is that a good idea? Wait. And somebody told me that if I pierce the bottom of the can, that the suction will go and the food will just fall straight out. I tried it at home and it didn't really work very well. For the effort it took to pierce it, I'm not sure it was too successful. Wait a minute. I like to treat Suki when we're out, eh? I treat myself, so she should treat herself too. Hey, yes, you get a treat too. Go on then. All done? What do you think, Sukes? How was it? Want to wash it down with some water? No, you want to lick the bowl clean? Well, that speaks for itself, doesn't it, girlie? This Lily's brand of food seems really good. They really enjoy it. It's a little bit more expensive than other foods, but I might have to trial them on it full time and see how they respond. They've got very sensitive stomachs, so a lot of things upset them. I've found that salmon, fish-based food tends to work the best for them at the moment. Well done. I'm going to move her water bowl to the perimeter of when she's done drinking. I'm going to move to the perimeter of where she can reach. That way she won't get the lead tangled around it and knock it over. Because we do have limited water while we're out here. Okay, you're done, girl. You're done. You're done. Well done. Oh, it is such a beautiful night. I love, I cannot tell you how much I love having my full setup, everything I want. There's not a single thing I didn't bring that I wanted tonight. You could argue maybe my sleeping bag. I didn't bring my big sleeping bag, but it's a fairly warm night. Not gonna need it. It's just so nice. I got my tarp set up. I got my fire. I'm cooking a beef stew. I got my palace of a tent with a carpet. There's nothing I need in this moment. Nothing. I would be lying if I said that it wasn't slightly overshadowed by my Lake District trip. Looking up at the stars with no light pollution, no trees, and just looking up and seeing the whole Milky Way was incredible. There's nothing better, honestly, there's nothing better than sitting there with a beer and just looking up at the sky. I'm so glad the time-lapse came out good. When I checked on the camera, the time-lapse looked terrible, but the GoPro doesn't have the best display. And when I took it home and had a look and turned up the contrast a little bit, it was all there. It's beautiful. Only a few seconds, but very, very beautiful. Living in such an urban area, I don't really get to see the stars like that. And I do find I crave it, like I crave the stars. I was so moved just looking up and seeing all of that. Suki's exhausted. You know she's exhausted because I can say Suki doesn't move. Normally that would be getting me licks on the face. But yeah, she's exhausted. Took her for a good run and then brought her here. I always make sure I take her for a good run first, otherwise they're a nightmare. The one time I took Suki camping and I hadn't taken her for a walk that day, she was so bad. My goodness, she was a nightmare. Just so energetic. Take them for a good run first and then you take them camping and they just want to sleep. Well, sleep and eat treats, of course. What do you think of the new camera then? This is the first time like I've properly taken it out, like had a little go with it in the garden, tested the sound because it's got like a built-in microphone, so I didn't really know what to make of it. Gave it a little test, it seemed okay. But yeah, I want to know if it's superior to the GoPro. My GoPro is on the way, however. Replacement is being sent out. What's up? You okay? Suki's been a bit weird tonight. She keeps alerting. And she's just staring off into the woods now. There's nothing there. I do love having this torch. I normally don't bring it because honestly, it probably weighs about a kilo or something. It's really heavy. It's a super heavy torch. It's either just under a kilo or a kilo, maybe a bit more. It's so heavy, and the battery life on it's really bad too. But it's good when you want to just check the woods. Like it's really good. Lights up the whole woods. The other thing about it I really like is it gets super hot. So like if you're out winter camping, like right now it's unbearable to hold, but if you're out winter camping, you can just heat your hands up with it really quick. So he's just staring off into the woods again. It's okay, yeah. Fine, lie down. Lie down. There's Mr. Tawny Owl. The food's probably not too far from done now. It's one of those, like you could leave this cooking overnight. You could leave this 8, 9, 10 hours just in the oven on a very low temp. Make sure it's got a lot of liquid and doesn't run dry. Thing is here, it's cooking very hot. Really isn't ideal for this cut of meat, but it'll be okay. I've had to keep topping it up with water. I do have to be careful because I've only got 2 bottles of water left now. Obviously I need water for me and Suki tomorrow morning. She's such an angel, you know, snugged up. The DOG is literally falling asleep, pressing up against me like this. She's so adorable. She is asleep, she's snoring. God, she's so cute. Got a little bit chilly out of nowhere. Put my jacket on. Chuck some more wood on the fire. I'll be toasty in no time. Well, the rain never came. I want to say I set up my top for nothing, but I think everybody who really loves camping loves setting up a top. It's just fun. It's all fun. That's the thing about camping. Like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? Most of us have a house that we live in, with a bed that we sleep in, a kitchen that we cook in. Where's the sense in coming out to your local woods and sleeping in a tent? There's something about it. It's so peaceful. I have ADHD, and most of the time I'm okay. I'm pretty calm. Like, people hear ADHD and they think, oh, he's bouncing off the walls, hyperactive. Sometimes I get hyper, but most of the time it's just my thoughts. My thoughts race. I struggle to find peace and tranquility. But when I'm out camping, kayaking, fishing, like outside, breathing the fresh air, I feel so calm. Like, I feel at peace. I really can't explain it. The thing is, like, ADHD is technically it's a disability. ADHD is a disability, but I really don't see it that way. I think it can be a little bit of a handicap in today's society. I think a long time ago, ADHD people would have been very successful. I'm sure there's a lot of ADHD people who adapt and still become successful. We have such a energy, such a passion that we put into things that we care about. If you sit me doing something I'm not interested in, it's not going to be. You're going to get a very poor, low effort response. But you put me out doing something I'm passionate about. Like today, I come out, I logged so much gear, I prepped so much time, I come here and put so much effort, so much of myself into coming out and doing this trip. I'm not sure a lot of neurotypical people would really go as far as I have just to sleep in the woods tonight. Just the local woods, it's not even, I'm not like somewhere special, I'm literally in my local woods. It's just something I'm so passionate about. I love camping. I wish I started this YouTube thing earlier, recording things that I love doing, and like this feels so natural. It feels like so natural. I think this is something I should have started a very long time ago. You know what they say, it's never too late. Or do they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I don't know. They say stuff, but I do just wish I started this sooner. I've been doing this for a decade. This is what I love. I love coming out, camping, cooking, sleeping in a tent in the woods. I love it to bits. Fishing and hiking and kayaking. I feel like I've really found some purpose in my life doing this. I sometimes kind of waddle through life just without purpose. And this has really done a lot for me, honestly. Like, I know, like, I'm the one creating stuff for you guys, but I think you guys are doing a lot for me as well, whether you realise it or not. All of you being so supportive and kind of encouraging me. You've all been so encouraging towards me, telling me you're excited for my next video of me sleeping in a tent. I never would have thought this would be interesting to anybody, but there's a lot of you now that are interested and want to see me go and do this, and that's pushing me to go and do it more. I'm doing a camp every 2 weeks, roughly, which is so much more than I used to. I used to be lucky to get out every couple of months, mainly because I just didn't want to go by myself. I often went with people, like my girlfriend or friends who, they don't really want to go. They'll go for me, but they'd rather be doing something else with their time, But being able to come out and film it, I really feel like you guys are here with me, And I like my own company. I don't mind being by myself. I'm definitely a people person, but I don't mind spending time by myself. But I'd often find myself, for example, I'd go fishing, and I'd go fishing by myself. When I moved to this area, I didn't really know many people, and so I'd go fishing by myself, and I'd catch a big fish, and I'd have no one to enjoy it with, Like, catching a big fish is great and exhilarating, but when you got no one to share it with, it cheapens it, And it's the same with camping. Coming out and camping by myself with me and Suki, it just always felt so empty. I'd sit here, I'd read a book, I'd drink a couple of beers, I'd eat some food, I'd go to bed, and it was nice, it was tranquil, but it just felt lonely, Felt lonely, and here, filming it and sharing it with you guys, I don't feel so alone anymore. I really love like talking to you all in the comments, you know, people telling me that they're going camping or they're doing this or that, or they've just been fishing. Like, it's just magical sharing all of these experiences with you guys and you guys sharing stuff back. I feel like we're building a proper community, you know. I haven't been a part of many communities in general, you know. Religious people have churches, really sporty people have teams. I feel like a lot of us outdoors people are a little bit outsiders, you know. Camping's popular, but I feel like it's still a bit niche in terms of popularity. I think camping's one of the less favoured hobbies, you know. So yeah, like getting a little community together is special. It's really special, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to watch me and my dog just sleep in a tent. I really do appreciate it. I hope that I inspire a few of you to just get out there and do some stuff, you know. I've mostly just been doing camping because that's what seems to be successful. You know, most of my views are on camping videos, so I haven't been filming all my fishing trips and stuff. I feel like people aren't really interested, which is fair enough, you know. But I think this is gonna definitely turn into more of a camping channel, and maybe some hiking, camping, and backpacking and kayaking. But I think it's mainly gonna be camping from here on out. I might do a few fishing trips and whatnot, but I think most of my subscribers now are here for camping, and I mean camping is probably my favourite outdoor activity, so it's whatever. Anyway, enough rambling. I think our food is probably ready. It's been on there for a few hours now. Yeah, it's been on there for about 3 hours, roughly 3 hours. So it may not be perfect, but it's going to be edible. And it's 11:30, so I need to eat, guys. Oh. The moment of truth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's done. I can tell just by looking at it she's done. Alright, let's try and take it off without burning ourselves. And now I can finally rack the fire up. My goodness. Let's get a proper fire going now. There we go, that's what they call a fire. Oh. Let's get rid of those bay leaves. Oh, it's just about to run dry as well. Oh, that was super close. It's got kind of burnt on the one side because the one side was way hotter than the other. It's fine. Just what you need. A nice hearty meal. Well, that is exactly what I wanted. Rich, beefy, nice and salty, but not too salty. Beef's nice and tender. Not very boozy. I expected it to be a little bit more winey. Guess I should put more in. Normally less is more with this kind of thing, but I don't know. Oh, so good. It's a shame I cooked all the moisture out of it. I actually topped it up a couple of times throughout cooking. But really this should be in the oven at 150 degrees or on like the edge of a fire pit, something like that. But my fire pit's so small I had no choice but to cook it in the coals. I probably could have let the fire die down a bit and cooked it a little bit lower temperature, but it was still going to be hundreds of degrees. I got no real complaints though, it's just so good. The courgette's just disintegrated. There's nice chunky bits of onion in it, nice soft carrot, nice soft potatoes, and a lot of meat. My goodness, that was good. It was so good, I think I'm going to have another bowl. Oh my goodness. The second bowl was definitely gratuitous. Oh, I'm so full up. You know what? I'm also knackered, so I'm going to clean my teeth, clean my bowl, and I'm going to get tucked up into bed. Oh, I'm so full up. Taking Suki for a quick walk before bed. The woods are so eerie at night. It's funny. The human brain makes us fear, and there's no fear needed. Like, I am by far the weirdest thing in these woods right now. But yeah, fear takes over and you just think to yourself, like, I'm in the woods alone, ooh. I'm glad I got this nice strong torch. If I have any kind of worries, look at this, illuminates the whole woodland. The camera doesn't even do it justice, to be honest. With my eye, Jesus, I can see at least 100 meters. Anyway, here we are, back home. Suki, come here. Come on. Hey, Suki, in the bed. In here, come on. In here, Suki, in here. Come on. How'd it go? No, that's my bed. This is your bed. Here. Yes, that's your bed. No. In your bed. She literally always tries to get in my bed. I bought them both an airbed, and you know what? They broke it within 3 minutes. They span in circles, they scratched it, that was it. It was done. It's the most hard-wearing ones I could find too. Absolutely destroyed them. Yeah, she looks comfy. This is just a veritable palace. Like, normally we're in the Hyena 2 together. Never trusted her in one of my expensive tents before. Yeah, it was mainly because of the floor. It's so thin, but this carpet idea saved the day. I think she's ready to get some sleep, and so am I. Took her for a quick little stroll. She's knackered. Well guys, it is 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometime after I turned off the camera I fell asleep on Suki's bed. Right there, and I slept there for about 2.5, 3 hours. Oh, but yeah, my back is hurting. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. I'll see you when I wake up. Oh, managed to get back to sleep for a bit. That's good. Hey, good morning. Yes, good morning. Hey. Ah, no, did not lick my face. I don't want it. So, 10:30. It's a bit better. It was a very disturbed night's sleep. Not sure what went wrong really, just fell asleep on Suki's bed, obviously that was bad. Woke up cold, in pain. But then when I got on my bed, I was just disturbed. Just really disturbed. Hey, it's okay. I got some hours in. I'm doing alright. A good girl. Yes, a good girl. Alright, I'm gonna get up. Pretty hungry. Wake up. Get sorted. Get some food. I'll get back to you in a minute. Alright, let's get up. Come on then. Well, not the best night's sleep, but not the worst either. I'm going to take Suki for a little stroll as I do every morning. Let her go to the toilet and stuff. Sadly, I can't really bring you with me because I'm not filming on the GoPro. It's a bit awkward, but I'm just going to take her for a quick stroll. I'll be right back. We'll get some breakfast on. It's a very chilly morning. You know, summer has come to an end. It's cold, it's cloudy. The floor's littered with leaves. Summer comes and goes too fast, way too fast. I'm gonna freshen up, clean my teeth and whatnot, and then we're gonna get some food going. Get some fuel in the old belly, eh? Right, just check the weather forecast. Apparently it's gonna rain in the next couple of hours. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack everything away, pack the tent away, get everything kind of bagged up and ready. Just leave my tarp out. Then I'm gonna sit under my tarp for a bit, eat my food, blah, blah, blah. It'd be pretty unpleasant packing up the tent in the rain, so I'll just get it done now, then I don't have to worry about it. It won't take me long. I'm on my last battery now with no way to recharge them, so I'm not gonna record it, I'm just gonna get on with it. That's the tent pack. That wasn't hard. Took me about, I don't know, took me about 7 minutes, something like that. Not bad at all. It's a lot harder to put up than it is to take down. I'm just gonna give Suki the rest of these chicken necks. Oh! Just gonna give Suki the rest of these chicken necks. I didn't bring breakfast for her because I'll just feed her when we get home. But yeah, I got the last of these stinking treats. They are foul. Sit down. Sit down. Go. Wait. Wait. Go on then. Is that good? That a girl. Right, on with breakfast. Got a gas can that fits this time. This is the best thing about stew the next day. Got all your food ready to go. Got the old aluminium pot. Looked a lot better last night, I do admit. She's gonna be fine. We'll get some more liquid in there. There we go. Easy as that. This is the first time in a long time I've been camping and not had sausages for breakfast. That was close. Don't really know if it needs a lid, to be honest. See how we get on. I'm gonna chuck some more salt in there though. Oh. This has been such a peaceful camp. Considering how busy it was here last time we came, it has been so quiet. In fact, I think I've seen 5 people total, all last night and all of today. It's been lovely. I did hear a couple of dogs sniffing around outside the tent last night. I didn't put up the tripwire in the end. I don't know, I just kind of slipped my mind, and then by the time I remembered, couldn't be bothered. I slept so bad, but I did get some hours in the end, but really threw myself off course by falling asleep on Suki's bed. The problem with Suki, she's such a good teddy bear sometimes. You just fall asleep stroking her. She has like a calming effect, you know? Knocks me out sometimes. Sometimes I'll be lying on the sofa stroking her, next thing, I'm asleep. I think we're probably good to go. Let's have a look. Oh, that is hot. Oh yeah. That's just fun. Nice hearty beef stew. Let's try the broth first. Oh. That was one thing I really messed up last night. I cooked it till all the broth was gone. I couldn't be bothered to wait for chuck more water in and wait, so I just ate it. But that's the best part of the stew. You finish the stew and then you drink the broth at the end. Oh yeah. It's a shame a skillet is so heavy. I mean, even the ingredients themselves, you know. You got to carry the water to make the broth and cook it in. You got to carry all the vegetables and stuff. It's so much space and weight that I tend not to do it, but it's so nice. It's so simple, it's so easy, it's so delicious. To be honest, it's more of like a winter thing. Like when the weather cools down, there's nothing that heats you through better than a good stew. I'll probably be doing a lot more of them this winter. We've tested out the hot tent now and it's good to go. So, yeah. Alright, well I won't bore you with meat eating, but I'm gonna chow down and then we'll probably pack this up, make a move. Such a good girl. A lot of people like feed their dogs human food on like a regular basis. And although you've seen me feed a lot of human food to Suki, my dogs don't get human food. They might get like a beef knuckle from the butchers or a bit of meat, stuff like that, but they very rarely get human food. So they don't beg, it's as simple as that. They know they have their own nice food, their own nice treats, their own nice meals, and they know we don't share ours. Leads to no begging, and they'll never steal food. I could leave food on the side, like right in front of their face, they would never touch it. They're very, very well behaved when they want to be. They're very well behaved when no one's watching. That's normally the case. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Oh, that was good. Oh yeah. Oh, that was super good. I'm so full up already. My stomach hasn't even settled and I'm already like super full up. Oh. What a treat. An absolute treat. Alright, back to packing up. Ooh. Suki just doesn't care. Oh, I love this dog. She just doesn't care. She's so unfazed. She takes everything as it comes. No complaints. Buddy is a big old whinge bag. Any opportunity he gets, bloody food bowl's out of place and he'll be whinging. Well, that's me all packed up. The only thing left to pack up now is you. So me and Suki, I'm gonna bid you farewell. Till next time, guys. Say bye, Suki. Bye. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching. And if you're still with me this far, then you must have enjoyed it. Drop me a sub, and I'll see you again, alright? Take care, folks. See you soon.